Here, Westy, or
No.
no? Okay. You'll be fine.
I'm just so bad that I'll never be above 90%. That's me, by the way.
Oh, Atlas needs Discord. I thought he had Discord information.
Is he in here? He is not.
Oh, he needs Bendy build.
I think it's just sigils, right? Bill's the same everywhere.
Horse Knight on Greatsword. And I don't know if they're cruelty or bloodlust on the other weapon.
Cruelty.
Wasn't Atlas in the server or in the run last week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Why are you talking
I-
shit? Don't be talking shit about Atlas.
Atlas, no, fuck that guy. I don't even
You
know.
talk
but
shit about
fuck
Al, though.
Wait until he gets in here before you talk shit. Ah.
him. Yo, he's even worse than that Wisty guy. Jesus Christ, what kind of shit is he on?
And Westy, we trust.
I wouldn't.
I'm so scared.
Alice
All right.
fault.
I will
get that grab.
Well, I mean, I leave it so people can get it, but if nobody wants it, I will kill it.
All right.
All right. If nobody wants it, I'll kill it.
Trevor, why did you have to take away the YouTube Premium subscription that you so graciously gifted me for 5 seconds?
You make money.
Not enough money to afford YouTube Premium.
Ain't that the truth? That's big money right there.
YouTube Premium is like incredibly expensive. I can tell you it's not that.
All right, let's reset.
Hey, what are we
Get on
doing?
the pusher, guys. Remember what we're doing?
I'm here, but I'm here. It won't take it back. It won't take it back. It won't stop. It won't stop. Okay, I'm GGing. If I can type GG.
Like I said, it's a lot slower now than I'm NG, not Chrono right now.
Your fault.
Might actually be.
wake me up. Oh, speaking of shitty memes, did you see the new Evanescence release? Apparently they're doing a release in time with the DMC release.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
What are we doing?
What's going on, guys? PC, please.
Okay,
No, I'm
so
not on NG right now. I can't double my.
Invisible. If you hit it and we all go invisible, we don't get hit by that thing.
a little bit of overcorrection there.
Oh goodness, that's what he said.
We played this game before.
I sure hope so.
No, I don't. I don't do anything straight.
Damn it, Helly. God damn it.
Hush.
Alright. Try again. Supply crate this freaking thing now. Or if we're pushing in right. Yeah.
Rich. Heal the healer.
Healer.
Oh my god. Bye all.
Set.
Who died?
A healer.
I didn't heal the healer.
I had cast my Aegis on the group and not myself.
Balls aren't ready. Alright. Good, I already get this chrono.
Chrono misses you.
Does. Play it safe and wait for the spread to show, please. Reveal, let's go ahead and go. Don't forget what happened. Go for a little bit of a warm up here. Okay, let's reset. Okay. Okay. Yeah, remember, if you do get the red on that second one, please drop it towards the edge here. The outer edge of the bite, please.
We must cleanse that corrupted magic. Push it into the prismatic rift. Sharper still. There, it's been purified. Break it to send it back before it is exposed. Sharper still.
Hey, Ricky Trevor. All good.
No. My alacrity's terrible.
Your soul is mine. Still rising.
We must cleanse that corrupted magic. Push it into the prismatic rift. There, it's been purified. Break it to send it back. The dragon lord is exposed. Sharp blade, sharp
Infinite Forge is such a fun and cool and interesting trait. I fucking love it with all my heart.
So I hear you miss playing Portal. Let's go. And ads triggered my mind.
Where are you going, Nick?
Like went somewhere else.
Wherever he won't.
Every man in the middle though. Oh no. Let's reset. Are we just overlapping spreads or what's going on there? I didn't see.
Yeah, we got an overlap. Myself and the Reaper got it. So neither one of us had speed.
Or even then, DPS should only get one spread though.
We should.
Sure, when y'all are running back, DPS y'all are on the outer perimeter, please. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was on the edge.
Another.
How do you bait those?
People closest to the better.
Yes, Connor.
Remember, kiters, quickness, portals, and then one DPS gets it.
Oh, I was talking about the spread. Never mind. Okay. It's the same. Okay.
I mean, you want to be close. If we have reds spread though, yeah.
For that
sure.
part, like I didn't realize it was the
Oh.
same mechanics.
Yeah. It is.
We must cleanse that corrupted magic. Push it into the prismatic rift. It's been purified. Break it to send it back. The dragon lord is exposed.
Shit. Oh, that was my fault. Sorry.
We got this. Oh, good. Or y'all need a reset?
We must cleanse that corrupted magic. Push it into the prismatic rift. There. It's been purified. Break it to send it back once it's exposed.
DPS? Let's go. Careful of your spread. Survive.
Just running too slow. I'm sorry, Rich. I deserve a birthday cake.
Y'all want to reset or
No, I need.
we're good for warm up? Okay, for your AoEs, please. Do need to phase those.
That is not supposed to reveal us.
What button did you hit?
Apparently the wrong one.
I was standing in the other end. Misty? Oh.
You know what to do.
Christ, that lasted until the got spun. What the fuck?
Care for the beans.
Like, I know I'm bad, but
They're gonna need more healing. They're not gonna have my bubble.
Oh my lord. Care for that crab as well, guys. Oh. Yeah, those bees were rough.
Give me my cake, Rich.
You want it?
Thank you.
Alright. Hopefully we feel warmed up, you know? Good.
Break it to send it back. Exposed.
Wait for the spread, please. Careful, over. It's gonna be real.
these are real.
Don't die to the fight. here. Trump.
Oh,
I mean, you were fine there, but it was more close to the green.
Wait a minute. Where are we?
Big damage. Okay, let's GG. Boy, we're taking a huge step backwards tonight.
Feel the fury. I could outrun a centaur. I feel good. Push it into the prismatic rift. Dodge this.
Remember, we want to wait for the spread, please.
wait for spreads. Kill.
I feel good.
Let's go. Good job.
Holy shit. Oh.
Let's reset.
Sorry. Yeah, I got punted. Me too.
Hunted?
Oh. Oh. Alice and I. No, you're
Yes.
fine, Alice. That wasn't my problem. I hit leap of faith and I leaped right into the center. that was my problem. Oh, jeez.
I don't know. We gotta figure out the spread every week. Third night
I
in a
don't.
row.
I don't get
Having
it
shoots on.
because I'm trying to bait, but I'm not getting it. So
Okay. For that
So
second
after-
phase. Go ahead, Al.
So after I do my third, whatever, greatsword, whatever, 5, I'm usually running this hump right here, and I'm still getting the spread. So I am definitely on the furthest point, one of the furthest points away from the center.
You guys can stay like longer.
Is Atlas in Discord? He's not. So I notice Atlas always getting one. Like I said, kiters or baiting. Kiters need to be closest to the middle, actually, the outer circle or the inner circle. Excuse me, because we have to get the reds, and the verts or the portals and the quickness need to be closer to the circle, but not as close as the kiters. That makes sense. So, for
Yeah.
example, Trevor and I are technically on the other side. We're going to be like right around here-ish, baiting the red. Quickness and portals need to be at least kind of like middle-ish, halfway here, and then DPS need to be on the edge. And we shouldn't have any issues with spread at all. Portals can stay in here. Once their spread ends, they can blink out or destroy it or whatever before the bite hits. And we should have no issues at the spread at all. Everybody should be able to get across easily. That makes sense. I'm just trying to make sure we're good here. Keep having issues, and I want to get it figured out. Instead of us here just second guessing constantly and wipe into the mechanic constantly. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a dick.
We don't think you're
Get this
starting
figured out
sounding
first.
like a dick. You're fine.
Somebody called me a dick. Not gonna
Fucking
mention
dick.
his name.
Yeah, you're going full dicker.
What the fuck, Richard?
What the fuck, Dickard?
Wow. You can make fun of the man, but don't make fun of his name.
Nah,
It was
I'm
me.
incredibly polite to people I don't like. I'm best friends with the primary recipients of verbal abuse.
Note to self. He likes us if he yells at you. I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
I mean, you get cake, so I get yelled at.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Let's wait for the spread as well, please. Careful your AoE. Oh, y'all like yelling? Want daddy to yell? Don't die though.
He like you're
What
way
about-
too far away. Ow.
So you don't understand how the spread works?
No, I do, but you were already like
Yeah,
halfway.
I was on the edge of the circle. It's to the center.
It's whoever's furthest away though.
No, it's closest to the center.
Okay. So then I don't understand how the spread works.
Shit, god damn it.
Okay, that's what he said.
Greatsword 3 right at the bite. Well played.
Alright, let's say
No, I got it now.
you got it now? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Al did the Reaper 2 first.
Ah, fucking shit. You just jinxed yourself now. You're
There.
gonna catch a birthday cake here in a minute. This is true. Richard's just preloaded it now.
There's not gonna be a portal. I put it down too low.
Oh, okay. We can run. Was it the worth?
Fat men to run.
Yes. Get the. Trevor, don't forget we have to bait the. Be a little close to the middle here because we have to run back. Oh yeah, wait, no portal. I know. Well, get us something. I was thinking ahead. Trevor and
Okay,
I.
I also forgot and tried to hit the button.
Ah! Damn it!
That wrong. Don't worry, we're in the same spot. It was both of us.
What did y'all do?
Don't
Use
ask.
leap skill?
No.
No.
We were trying not to die and we died anyways.
We were trying to get out of a last laugh. And we both dodged forward completely out of the circle like fucking idiots.
Oh.
But we didn't die at the last laugh.
Truth. we just killed everybody else with us.
Oh, Westy was here. Eat the last laugh, please, if you're in a green.
Well, we died last time, that's why. Yeah, but if we're already like down,
Together we have no equal. I have returned to fight at your side.
Wait for spreads.
quicker.
quicker.
We'll get the walk of shame done with quick.
Time to do some real damage.
I wield great wisdom.
Push it into the prismatic rift. Break it to send it back.
Impressive combination.
We lost somebody the last life, and they got killed by the boat, and then I guess Haley just GG. Jumped off.
Oh man, it's a long night.
Very rough.
An event.
Push it into the prismatic rift. It's purified. The drag, break it to send it back.
Together we shall gallop.
When am I even? When? Oh, shoot.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I got. Oh man.
Oh, that's bad, guys. Alright,
What happened?
we're gonna easy mode it. That second spread. Have 1 DPS. Come this way. Come on with the Kitus. I don't care who.
Who had
One
spread?
volunteer.
I had it,
Runs with the Kiter.
but who had the spread? I had one. Wisty had one, and who had the third one? Oh, Avon had one too. Weird.
She's supposed to have a spread.
Wisty,
Yeah,
you
you
were in front of me, right?
No, I accidentally blinked back to boss and had to book it out. I
Oh,
was way
okay.
behind y'all.
All right, that was the problem.
It was
Yeah,
probably
okay.
me.
No, you're fine, Avon. I was just trying to figure out what happened. The right people had them.
Push it into the prismatic rift. It's been purified. It's ready to send it back. It's exposed.
Sharp blade, sharp block.
I have returned to fight at your side.
I did not get one.
I demand that you release me.
On me. Okay. Let's get up. Take a few minutes. And come back to it.
Be back in a second.
Dhelmise as a Pokemon really captures something about the Pokemon series that I absolutely love, and that is the fact that Game Freak is not afraid to make a Pokemon that everyone is going to hate, at least online. There is so much complaining about Pokemon that are based off of inanimate objects, and Dhelmise is essentially just an anchor and a wheel from a ship. If you're watching my content, you're probably familiar with Generation 1 and not much beyond that, maybe up to Generation 3. So let me ask you a question. What type is Dhelmise? Are you thinking it's a ghost type because it's got a spooky eye like it's a ghost that's inhabiting the steering wheel and the anchor? Well, yes, you would be right. But then when you think about the second typing, you're probably thinking something like, well, maybe it's steel, maybe it's water. No, it's grass. How does that make sense? Well, it's actually based on algae that covers the anchor. I think this is really interesting. It also has an interesting ability called Steelworker, which raises the damage of steel type moves by a factor of 1.5, essentially giving it the same type attack bonus while not giving it the downsides of the steel typing. Well, I guess the steel typing would probably be better for it because it's so fantastic defensively. They probably just didn't want to invent a ghost steel type because that might break the competitive meta. Anyway, today I'm going to play my favorite game with a Pokemon that I actually quite like because I'm a contrarian. Every time people complain about inanimate object Pokemon, I just look at Clink and Clink Clang and all of those Pokemon and just go like, I love them. They're amazing. Also, Trubbish is incredible. Anyone who makes fun of this thing has no heart at all. So today we see how Dhelmise would have done if it was implemented in Pokemon Yellow, and then somehow you were able to start with it at the very beginning of the game and beat every single opponent with it without using items. I know that my format is incredibly arbitrary. Okay, let's get into this. For base stats, Dhelmise is pretty good. 70 HP, 131 attack, 100 defense, 40 speed, and 90 special. In Generation 1, it has a 7.81 chance to crit. I think the attack makes sense. After all, it's an anchor. If you got hit by an anchor, it would probably hurt. Defense makes sense too, since it's kind of a steel type, sort of. And the speed is just completely logical, because anchors are used to slow ships down. If there is one weakness that Dhelmise is going to have in this challenge, it will be moving second after every opponent. And I really mean that that might be its only weakness, because its move pool is the entire reason I got excited about doing this specific challenge. Actually, the word challenge doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think in this case, we should be saying speed run. In Generation 7, Dhelmise starts with Switcheroo, Absorb, Growth, Rapid Spin, and Astonish. Also, it notably learns Mega Drain at only level 5. I want to give it a fairly similar set in Generation 1. So I've substituted Absorb for Mega Drain. I'm going to give it Growth, of course that move exists in Generation 1, Lick as a substitute for Astonish, and Wrap as a substitute for Rapid Spin. Also, because at level 9 in Generation 7, it learns Wrap anyway. From there, things are a little bit more complicated. In Gen 1, Pokemon usually get somewhere between 3 and 7 moves to level up and learn. I've only given Dhelmise 6. I'm not going to give it Gyro Ball or Metal Sound. Both of those moves are Steel type and they don't exist in Gen 1. I've substituted Mega Drain again for Giga Drain, and then instead of Whirlpool at level 27, I'm going to give Dhelmise Water Gun. This is where things get really interesting. At level 32, it learns Anchor Shot, its signature move. And for all of these backports, I will be faithfully, as much as is possible, backporting that move into the game so that the Pokemon can use it. In this case, Anchor Shot is a Steel move with 80 base power, 100% accuracy, and 20 PP. With Steel Worker, its effective power would be 120. So I have implemented that here in Pokemon Yellow. Whenever Dhelmise uses it, its power will be multiplied by 1.5. From there, I give it Slam, although at a lower level than it learns it in Gen 9, and then I made some substitutions. Solar Beam instead of Energy Ball, and Razor Leaf instead of Power Whip. Now this is a really good level up set alone. It gets Growth, a setup move which can trigger the Badge Boost. It has Mega Drain, which heals it, and Anchor Shot for reliable same type attack bonus damage. Well, kind of. But then things get even better when we look at its TM and HM learn set from Generation 7. It gets Swords Dance, probably the best move after Generation 1 and the second best move in these games. So I've given it Swords Dance, as well as Body Slam, Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Mega Drain, Solar Beam, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Considering that it gets good physical moves, it gets Swords Dance, and its base attack is 131, and it's not held back by its medium fast growth rate, I think Dhelmise is about to crush Pokemon Yellow. With Dhelmise's typing and its starting moveset, I don't think it makes any sense to do extra training in the early game. So I head straight for Brock on minimum
We're
battles.
still waiting on Helichurch, so stay outside.
Okay.
Geodude is first, I outspeed, and one-shot with Mega Drain. Onix is next. Now, it can use Bind here, which would waste time, because while it doesn't do damage to a Ghost type, it does play the animation every turn. It's just annoying. But the Onix goes for Tackle instead, because Brock doesn't have good AI. I use Mega Drain, and that's that. His badge gives Dhelmise another advantage, a 12.5% boost to its attack stat. At only level 9, its attack is 34, which is ridiculous. That's the same as its HP. Things are going to slow down a little bit now on Route 3, though. This Bugcatcher is kind of problematic because his Weedle can use Poison Sting and Poison Dhelmise. Then I have to knock these Pokemon out slowly and take poison damage every turn. I could use Mega Drain to gain back some health, but this move is not very effective, and it's doubly resisted by the Weedle. Lick is a little bit better, and ordinarily Wrap would be the best move here, but Dhelmise has low speed, and these bugs love to use String Shot, ruining my speed even more. Plus, if I'm using Wrap, then I will take poison damage for every hit that Wrap deals. In this case, Lick is just the best move that I have available to me.
We
Also,
had
even though I do get poisoned, it only does
snow
1/16
last
damage per turn in Generation 1, so
we
Dhelmise
were
is able
there,
to pull through
and
it. In the next
my
battle against
daughter
Prevent, we can see
was
Ekans
so
using Wrap
happy
against Dhelmise and how this plays
crying.
the animation, wasting more of my time. So while Brock was really quick, Route 3 has dramatically slowed down this Anchor's pace. I wish there was some kind of pun here about
Never.
getting stuck in the sand, but there's no sand around here, there's no ground types, it doesn't make any sense.
No,
Let's move on into Mountain
not
I can
snow
pick Water Gun
falling
here, but I quickly figured out that
anyways.
this move is just not going to be useful. I want to hold on to Mega Drain at least for now. It
Yeah,
gives me good
she
damage
was-
against this Hiker,
I
who's
mean,
the
it
first
was a
optional trainer
nice
that I fight in the
flurry,
entire run.
too,
He gives
so
fast
she was
experience, that's the
really
only reason I'm
happy.
targeting him. At the end of the cave, there is a potential problem against Jesse and James.
There's
They
a
have two
real
poison
ready
types, which
check.
could also poison Dhelmise. There's a way I can work around this now, though. I can set up Growth, which will improve Mega Drain's damage and my healing potential if I get later in the fight and I need to use it, but it also means that I badge boost my attack stat, and then Wrap does a lot of damage when it hits. Plus, I was able to stack badge boosts against the Ekans, which used the Leer over and over again. This leads Dhelmise to a relatively quick victory, even though it is using Wrap, which inherently is quite slow. Okay, Cerulean City. I
Let's
think only
get
one
some
thing
good
makes sense here.
polls,
I'm going to fight
guys.
Misty first. The junior
First
trainer in the game
hour.
is easy to dispatch using Mega Drain, and then I go up against the second
On
junior.
it.
This one is
We only
so
made it to
straightforward,
Void
just like Brock.
Champion
Set up
once.
Growth. I can do this as many times as I want because Staryu's just not going to do enough damage. Plus, when I knock it out
Whole
with Mega Drain, I'm
group
going
has
to heal for
pretty
4.
much
This
seen
makes it
the
entirely hopeless for
Zaytans
Misty to win. I could have gone all the way to +6, but it didn't want to waste time. I figured with +4, Dhelmise would two-shot the Starmie, and I was right. For my second playthrough, I'll definitely be able to cut some growths there and save a little bit of time. Remember how I said Water Gun was useless? You might have wondered why. Well, I got Bubble Beam from defeating
Experience
Misty,
is
and I could teach
here.
in place of Lick before taking on the rival. Just like Misty, this is another incredibly easy fight. You might be sitting at home thinking, Scott, this challenge is just going to be completely trivial. Why is it even interesting to watch? Well, I will have you know that I was very overconfident playing this run. A few things are about to trip me up in the mid-game. Before I get there, though, let's talk about my PP. If you look at it, it's getting pretty low by the time I'm reaching the end of Route 24. Luckily, though, for Dhelmise, it isn't going to have to go back to the Pokemon Center, because upon beating the Hiker, I can pick up the Elixir and make it all the way through to Bill's house. Heading south to Vermilion City, I fight Sandy. Luckily, Bubble Beam's been one-shot with Pidgeys. It's actually a 62% chance, but I get it on all 3 of them in this case. By the way, if they use Sand Attack against me, they can't technically knock out Dhelmise because they only know normal type moves. This is a major advantage of being a Ghost type in the early game. However, it would still be possible for me to lose a lot of time if I just missed over and over again. I might even have to go back to Cerulean City and heal up if my PP was once again too low. Okay, as a sand time here, I'm going to defeat the one optional trainer and pick up the TM for Body Slam. This is really Dhelmise's first good normal type move. I teach it in the place of Wrap, and now after quickly defeating the Gentleman for the rare candy, I go up against the rival, and we get to see Dhelmise absolutely destroy him. The Eevee is usually the Pokemon that lives here, but in this case it doesn't. Body Slam one-shots. Lieutenant Surge would have been good if Dhelmise was a water type
I got
and he
it.
got lucky,
Wasn't
but
not.
Dhelmise is not a water type, and Surge does not get lucky. Instead, he tries normal moves against my Ghost type while I knock out his Raichu in 2 hits with Body Slam. Wrapping last, 1 hit with Body Slam, Slow Bone, 1 hit the Cubone with either Bubble Beam or Mega Drain, and then 2-shot the Slowpoke using Mega Drain or Body Slam. Both work. The status condition junior trainer loses to 2 Body Slams, and I have Bubble Beam or Mega Drain for the self-destructing Hiker. The Rock Tunnel Gauntlet was not a gauntlet. Even on the other side of the tunnel, the fact that I get access to Bubble Beam means the Gambler with 2 fire types isn't an issue, so it's time for Celadon City. I was so confident I decided to just skip the rare candy in the hideout, even though I usually like to get it in Pokemon Yellow. In the department store, I'm going to pick up the Soda Pop and trade it for the Rock Slide TM, but I don't really want to teach it yet until I have access to Swords Dance. Dhelmise is one of those Pokemon that's going to pivot from a mostly special set with Growth, Mega Drain, and Bubble Beam into a purely physical set for the late game. Also in Pokemon Yellow, I need to prepare for the level jumps in the mid game, so I buy Dhelmise 2 Carbos to improve its speed. As much as is possible. It's still going to mostly be moving second. Well, not true against the rival because only the Fearow is going to be able to move first. Here I played kind of indecisively, setting up Growth once and then trying to sweep those teams. Speaking generally, this is by far the least impactful rival in the entire playthrough. His team here is just not very good. Agatha Jr. is a different story though. She has 2 Ghastly, both of them outspeed. They like to use Lick, which is super effective against Dhelmise. They also like to use Confuse Ray to mess me up, and then Nightshade for fixed damage. Dhelmise hits itself. It gets scary, but I do pull through with a win despite the fact that Bubble Beam is 2-shotting. This is not the last of her we're going to see today. Dhelmise is now level 30, and I had a choice to make. Do I want to use some of her candies to level up to 32 to get access to Anchor Shots sooner, or should I just wait until I naturally learn? Since there are still some other Ghastly in Pokemon Tower, I decided to go the rare candy route, leveling up now before the other ghosts so that I can one-shot them. This is where Dhelmise starts to make its conversion between the special set and the physical set. I put Anchor Shot in place of Bubble Beam, and now I can one-shot the ghosts. Finishing off Jesse and James in top of Pokemon Tower is no issue, and with them defeated, the Rocket in Saffron City is no longer blocking Silph-Co. That's where I'm headed next. I fight Machoke Candy, pick up the Carbos, the rare candy, but then the TM for Earthquake, which is going to be one of my go-to moves for this bit. Now, I want to mention a new little maneuver here that I haven't used before in my challenges. If you go down the stairs from floor 10 to floor 9, you can walk over to the right-hand side of the floor and then go south. By doing this, you'll find this guy who I call the Triumpist. He has 3 Pokemon on his team. He's actually fairly convenient to battle. In this case, fighting him brings Dhelmise up almost to level 34. Then, the teleport pad that's beside him can be used to access the Rocket Arbok, who's mandatory. And beside him is the card key. After defeating him, going back to the teleport pad, I'm going to go up to the top and then over to the right-hand side of this floor. This teleport pad, by the guy that has one Hypno, leads me into this room, dodging this rocket, I can open the door and grab the TM for Swords Dance. Now it's time for the full physical set. Swords Dance in the place of growth and Earthquake in the place of Mega Drain. So before I said I was getting overconfident, and I am. I'm gonna try to fight the rival now at level 34, thinking that Swords Dance and my outrageous attack stat would be enough to pull through. Thing is, my set's not really that good and I go into the battle slightly damaged. This isn't an issue right away because the Sand Slash is locked into using Poison Sting, which it sees as super effective against my grass type. The issue only starts to present itself when you look at the rival's team and then compare how all the speed stats match up. Every single one of his Pokemon here is moving first against Delmise. Even with a ton of attack, I'm not gonna be able to make it through when the Cloyster is able to hit Aurora Beams that do that much
Wait
damage.
for the spread,
I try to get setting up
please.
more, but I just get knocked out by the Cloyster again. My third attempt, I at least try with full health. This allowed me to get by the Cloyster onto the Magneton, but it's moving first, so it's able to confuse me with Supersonic. Since Delmise has set up with Swords Dance, it's going to take more damage with self-inflicted damage. However, Delmise never gets a chance because Kadabra just knocks it out with a critical hit confusion. I decided to cut my losses here and go somewhere else first. Erica is the next logical option. With Anchor Shot, I can finish off the Cool Trainer very quickly and then go up against the Grass type specialist. In this case, one Swords Dance is all I need, and I one-shot all three of her Pokemon. One nice thing is that I now have Earthquake, so on my way to Fuchsia City, I can use this move to crush the Biker's Pokemon, specifically the Double Weezing Biker and then Biker Boss at the end of the route. This gives me really great experience before I explore the Safari Zone. With it finished, I head into Koga's gym, crush my way through the Drowsy line here. They're all really simple for Delmise to manage, and with them out of the way, I'm ready for Koga. Now, the fact that I've been feeding Carbos to Delmise this entire time is a boon here, because I have 58 speed, meaning I'm going to move first against all three of the Venomats. The highest level one has 55 speed. I set up Swords Dance once and then use Anchor Shot to knock out Koga's three first Pokemon. But Venomoth is last, of course. His Pokemon is a Dark type, we have to be careful against it. I go for Earthquake, which doesn't do enough damage to one-shot, but then I realized that I think the Venomoth is stuck using Leech Life and Toxic. Both moves which don't do very much to me. And it can't even go for Toxic in this case because I'm already poisoned, so it's stuck using Leech Life, a terrible move. I knock it out in 2 turns and earn myself the Soul Badge. This one boosts my Pokemon's speed by 12.5%, which is nice. Delmise goes up from 60 to 67 speed, but it's still not going to be moving first against much, unless I bad boost with Swords Dance. Okay, let me show you a downside of having a really slow Pokemon in a solo challenge, especially one that's beating the game very quickly. When I go into Cinnabar Mansion, on the bottom floor, you can run into Raticate. In this case, it's level 43 and I'm only level 39. That's why my Repel didn't block it. In this case, I can't escape because it's faster than Delmise, and it only has normal type moves. Thing is, one of them deals fixed damage. I'm doing air quotes around that. The move I'm referring to is Super Fang. You might think this isn't a threat, but in Generation 1, it still does do 1 damage no matter what. This is one scenario in the janky first generation games where a move that you would expect would round down and do 0 damage doesn't, and it will actually knock out Delmise. But the Raticate would have to attack many times with Super Fang, and eventually I'm just able to run away. Still, that's a fairly major time loss for a wild battle. Okay, now time for Blaine. This battle would be so difficult for Delmise if Blaine had good AI, but he doesn't, so he is randomly choosing his moves. Even if he did though, he would choose Flamethrower or Confuse around Ninetales, and it would be the potential to set up with Swords Dance and sweep his team. There's still another problem though. If I speed boost a lot with Swords Dance, I'm still probably not going to outspeed his Pokemon. They're all quite fast, and after 1 turn of Swords Dance, I only have 76 speed. So from this position, I feel like it's just best to use Earthquake and knock out his Pokemon rather than trying to set up more. I one-shot the Ninetales, Rapidash is next. Here we can see he doesn't have good AI because he selects the move Stomp, which does nothing. Then Arcanine comes in, using Reflect, surviving Earthquake. But following that up, he just chooses Takedown. Well done, Blaine. Absolutely inept performance. This feels more like a battle against him in Red and Blue. Now I'm heading back to Rivalry still. This one is so much easier now that I have the speed boost from Koga's badge. I'm able to move first against the Sand Slash, the Cloyster, the Magneton, and if I still had my badge boosts, I would have moved first against the Kadabra, but I haven't optimized my experience to make sure that would happen. I leveled up mid-fight. So Kadabra moves first, but Confusion doesn't do much. After that, my natural speed is enough to move first against the Flareon and knock it out using Earthquake. By the way, something I've never noticed in Pokemon Yellow before, Giovanni's team only has one move that can hit Ghost-type Pokemon. It's Poison Sting on the Nidorino at the beginning of the battle. I never realized he was this bad against Ghosts. I think that's because the Ghastly line has both Mega Drain and Psychic, so they're never going to have an issue against these Pokemon here. Sabrina does have the potential to cause problems. Even the Abra is moving first against Delmise by a wide margin. Luckily for me, she just uses an X-Defend on the Abra. On the next turn, it tries Flash, but it's really inaccurate, so it misses. I knock out her lead, move on to the Kadabra, which I also one-shot using Body Slam. It missed a Kinesis. This is way too easy. Sabrina does use an X-Defend on the Alakazam, allowing it to survive a hit from Body Slam, but then she chooses Recover, which doesn't heal enough health. Moving on to Giovanni, Delmise is going to have speed issues here. Dugtrio, Persian, Nidoqueen, and Nidoking are all going to move first. Dugtrio could one-shot Delmise if it went for Fissure right away, but he goes for Dig instead, giving me 2 turns of setup. That allows me to outspeed the Nidoqueen, but not the Nidoking. Plus, I level up right after the Dugtrio, so I lose my bad boost anyway. Looks like Delmise is just going to go second until the Rhydon. With +4, Body Slam one-shots the Persian, and then Nidoqueen comes out. Giovanni is sponsored by Guard Spec, so he doesn't attack with it, and I knock it out. But what's Nidoking going to do? Well, Giovanni selects Leer. Wonderful choice, and with that, I move on to the final Pokemon, Rhydon. I actually got surprised here because I get a critical hit against the Rhydon, which is unlikely because Delmise is slow. Because of the crit, I do less damage, bypassing the boosts from Swords Dance, and Rhydon survives on red health. This allows it to attack once with Rock Slide, which does massive damage to Delmise because of Nidoking's Leer. Luckily, my Anchor hangs on and digs in, surviving with 24 health, and I'm able to knock out Giovanni's ace. Rival 6 is very similar to Rival 5. Here, the Sand Slash is locked into using Poison Sting over and over again, so I can set up Swords Dance essentially for free. Because of where Delmise's experience is, I am going to lose my badge boosts.
Matter with
So
me.
it looks like Kadabra is going to be outspeeding, but Delmise is faster than the Cloyster, Magneton, and Flareon, the final one by only 1 point. Instead of attacking, Kadabra just goes for Reflect. I knock it out, and Flareon's an easy one-shot with Earthquake. Okay, confidence is high. Delmise is absolutely destroying the game. I am not going to do any training in Victory Road. I'm also
It's
going to
just
skip
bad
the
as
about
too.
4 seconds to pick it up. And with Pokemon more recently, I have begun skipping it when I know that my level is going to be perfect for the Elite Four. So with a medium fast growth,
I don't
if you start
have
level at
anything
53 or 54, then you
Okay,
level up
okay.
at convenient moments, not losing your badge
I
boosts
will,
all the way through the league. Conveniently, I have exactly 7 rare candies in my bag right now, so Delmise can go into the Elite Four at level 54. I definitely should have done this earlier, but for the Lorelei battle, I have taught Delmai's Rock Slide. I think this is its final moveset. Rock Slide, Sword Dance, Earthquake,
Yeah, for
and
the
Anger.
shockwave,
Things aren't as straightforward here
forget
as you
about
might think they would be. Dugong's using Aurora Beam, which can drop my attack, dispatch boost my other stats, but I do want to preserve my attack stat as much as is possible. I think I probably should have attacked Dugong once and then tried to set up, hoping that it went for rest on turn 2, but I don't end up doing this. With +3 attack, I have to try and sweep the rest of her team. Using Rock Slide, it's able to one-shot the Dugong, but the Cloister survives, giving it a chance to use Ice Beam, but instead Lorelei replaces the attack with a Super Potion, giving me a free knockout on the Cloister. I can Slowbro, use Earthquake. On the second turn, I know that it's going to set up with Amnesia, so instead I can squeeze in one more Swords Dance, going to +5 before taking care of it. Then Jinx is an easy one-hit, and so is the final Lapras. Okay, time for some silly music. We gotta fight this guy. He leads with an Onyx, just giving me time to set up Swords Dance if I want. I don't know if I needed +4. It's probably overkill. His team is pretty bad. Also, I do want to mention that some of these Pokemon can't even deal damage to Delmais. The Hitmonlee and the Machamp specifically. The 2 Onyx can, but they're both incompetent, so they're not a threat. The Hitmonchan could potentially freeze me, but remember, it can always defrost you using
Just
Fire
stacks
Punch.
on
So,
group.
as expected, this guy is completely simple. Agatha, on the other hand, could be problematic, but not as much as usual. For example, the Gengar, when using Lick, cannot paralyze Delmais. This is because in Generation 1, moves that are afflicting a Pokemon of the same type cannot inflict status conditions on those Pokemon. This is the reason Body Slam can't paralyze a normal type. The move that I'm most worried about in this battle is Confuse Ray, because the more I set up, the more damage Delmais will deal to itself. Thing is, I just snap out of Confusion, and then with +6 attack, I'm going to one-shot the remainder of her Pokemon. The only issue is that the final Gengar is going to outspeed even after my 3 badge boosts. So, what does Agatha choose? Well, the answer is Dream Eater when I'm awake. Lance is next. This one is by far the sketchiest battle in the Elite Four.
PR of the night.
Isn't really a good thing because it's using Dragon Rage to inflict consistent damage. I get the +4, but then the Aerodactyl later in the fight is instantly either wing
That's
attack
not a
or
good thing,
fly.
Rage.
Because of his good AI, he's never going to be choosing his normal moves, so I can't hope for that. I try Anchor Shot, Aerodactyl uses Fly, and Delmais faints. I think the solution for this battle is setting up only one string to preserve as much health as possible on the Gyarados, then one-shotting both Ragnars and hoping that I can survive a hit from Aerodactyl. But this is not the most consistent plan because after one turn of badge boosts, I only have 112
What?
speed. So while I do survive the hit from Aerodactyl and knock it out with a single Anchor Shot, Dragonite follows, and it is faster than Delmais by 2 speed. Remember I said speed was going to be a problem? Well, it hasn't been as much of a problem as I was thinking it would be, but in this case it is. Dragonite goes for super effective damage in the form of Blizzard, does absolutely monstrous amounts of damage, but Delmais survives on 4 hit points. Rock Slide hits and Dragonite faints. The champion turns out to be very similar to all of the other rival battles. The Sandslash is just locked into using Poison Sting, as it is known to do against grass types. This means I can set up Swords Dance, as most grass types do in Generation 1. Even after that though, Alakazam is going to outspeed, it hits with Psybeam, but it doesn't do very much damage. I obliterate it using Earthquake, move on to the Executor, which faints to a single Anchor Shot. After that, Magneton's next, but I'm faster because I'm retaining my badge boosts up until this point in the battle. Then Delmais levels up right before the Cloister. However, I am then speed tied with the Water Ice type. It wins this tie using Aurora Beam, it's a weaker Ice type move that allows Delmais to survive, strike back with Earthquake, which is definitely not the right move. Still with +6 attack, I easily one-shot. Last is Flareon, but I'm faster, so that's that for the champion. Delmais clocks in with a first playthrough time of 43 minutes and 6 seconds, with 4 resets at level 59. This is a game time of 2 hours and 43 minutes. I probably don't need to emphasize this, but it's a really good first playthrough result. I think in the second run, we're going to be able to clean up a few things and likely get Delmais' time under the 40-minute threshold, which would mean that this weird Ghost Anchor is going to earn itself an S tier placement. So here's everything I needed to do in order to improve its results. Against Misty, to save as much time as possible, I only want to use 2 throws. This gives Delmais a 95.8% chance to one-shot the Staryu, pretty much a guarantee, and then a 98.8% chance to 2-shot the Starmie. Going to 3 growths for a tiny bit more consistency makes no sense. The comparison here though is with 1 growth, which only gives a guaranteed 2-shot on the Staryu and a 3.6% chance to 1-hit, and a 0.3% chance to 2-shot the Starmie with Mega Drain. 2 growths makes things faster by 1 turn. Now for this playthrough, I'm going to do a similar amount of optional training, and I'm also going to go into the Rocket Hideout, which at first seems like it isn't necessary for Delmais, but the 1 extra rare candy really does help Delmais' results overall, and it allows me to skip trainers later into the playthrough because it can use the rare candy earlier into the run to get Anchor Shot sooner. Normally I don't really like to do things this way, I would just fight 1 extra trainer on Cycling Road, for example, and gain a ton of experience. But the experience earned from the Rocket right before the rival in Pokemon Tower allows me to level up to 30 after his final Pokemon. Then I can use 3 rare candies on Delmais, bringing it up past level 32 where I learn Anchor Shot to level 33 over again. This way I can easily obliterate the Chandler's Ghastly and have no problems here again. By the way, here's footage of another run that I did where I forgot to get Anchor Shot before her Pokemon, and yeah, she got me again. She's absolutely awful. So leveling up with rare candies here for Anchor Shot is the solution. Just prior to fighting her, I could have leveled to only 32 because I don't need the damage running threshold for this section of the game. That said, I'm about to use 3 more rare candies, and in the end I will have used 6 by this point no matter what. So in groups of 3 and 3 was just easier for me to memorize, and that's why I made that choice. I'm going to Sylph next, and I fight in the Choke Rocket and then the Triumpist. This levels me up to 35 where I use 3 more rare candies to go to level 38. At first I thought that I could fight the rival with this level, however this is where Delmais' speed really comes back to get it. Without the badge boost for Koga's badge, I am slower than most of the rival's Pokemon, and as a result winning here is incredibly difficult. I lost an entire playthrough here where I tried to fight the rival, failed, and then eventually just restarted the run because it was too sloppy. While I don't like backtracking to Sylph and going here twice in a playthrough, this is the better choice for Delmais, just so that I can go through Cycling Road and get Koga's badge next. The thing is, going into the Rocket Hideout collecting that rare candy and then using rare candies earlier on means I no longer need to fight trainers along Cycling Road, saving some time in this section of the game. Koga's really simple, just set up Swords Dance once, and then you can use Anchor Shot to one-shot all of his Pokemon. While Rock Slide does more raw damage, it is less consistent because it can miss 10% of the time, whereas Anchor Shot on the Venomoth has a 96% chance to one-shot. By the way, hilariously, the only way I don't one-shot the Venomoth is if I roll a low damage range on a critical hit Anchor Shot. I backtrack to face the rival in Sylph after Koga's badge with my speed boost. This makes him much easier. Then I go to Blaine next. This is still kind of random. If he chooses a lot of fire moves, I'm gonna lose, and I have 1 reset here. It makes no sense to set up here more than once because you're never gonna outspeed Blaine's Pokemon. Sabrina's kind of random. I had a really sketchy fight against her, but I still pull through with a win. After that, just fight Giovanni. I can lose here if he chooses Fissure, but if he doesn't, I just win. Right now, Delmais is 3 minutes and 56 seconds ahead of its former time. That is enough to get an S tier placement, provided it doesn't get slowed down. Now the rival on Route 22 is fairly simple, and this fight levels Delmais up to 49. Then I can use 4 rare candies to go to level 53 before the Elite Four. This is 1 level lower than I was last time because I've used rare candies earlier into the run and have cut more training. But this is all according to plan. I'm going to invest the extra 10 seconds picking up the Victory Road candy, which will solve 1 problem them during the league. Now, Lorelei is kind of random. If the Dugong doesn't choose to use Rest and just spams Aurora Beam while I'm trying to set up a Swords Dance, I am going to lose. I could knock out the Dugong and set up on the Cloister, but this doesn't make sense because it has Ice Beam, so the next best option would be going all the way to the Slowbro and then setting up, but I just prefer doing the setup at the beginning of the battle and hoping the Dugong doesn't get really awful. In this case, it does, causing 2 losses for Delmise. But if you look at the clock, we are still set for a really good result. Agatha could be annoying, but I only need 1 turn of Swords Dance here. After that, I can sweep her team. In this case, the final Gengar does knock me out using Psychic, so I have to reset once. That's a total of 4 for this round. Still, the time. It's possible to get under 40 minutes. This is where the final rare candy comes into play. Before Lance, you can see that I have a little bit of experience filling up my bar on the way to level 57. If I use a rare candy right now, then Delmise will not level up until after the Dragon Egg. This means I can keep my badge boosts until I knock it out, and it's never going to hit me with Blizzard. Then I level up to 58 and take on the champion, who is essentially free because I just set up on the Sand Slash, and then after that I sweep the rest of his team. Also now, I am 1 speed faster than the Cloister at level 59, so I'm always going to outspeed it. I can knock it out, move on to the Flareon, use Earthquake, and that's that. Delmise clocks in with a second playthrough time of 39 minutes and 29 seconds, with 4 resets at level 59, with a game time of 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members for making this content possible. You are the reason that this tier list is getting so full. We are almost out of space in the A tier. I need to come up with a new technological solution if we want to continue doing backports and adding Pokemon to this list. Also, if you're wondering where Dugong and Cloister are, this video is being produced before that video is complete, so that's why they're omitted. With Delmise's results, it earned itself a placement in the S tier, although it wasn't as good as most of the other Pokemon. Today it's going to get itself the last place here, being just slightly slower than the other Ghost-type Gengar. That said, if you ask me which one I wanted to play in a playthrough of Pokemon Yellow, I would definitely say Delmise. It is so much more consistent. I was able to get this result after only 2 full playthroughs, whereas I think they've done somewhere around 11 Gengar playthroughs in Pokemon Yellow, and it is not fun to use. You rely on so much hypnosis, and everything feels inconsistent and bad. If you want to check out its run, go and see this video where I compare how it does in Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Red. Now, if you made it this far, you're incredible. I'll see you in my next video. If you still stuck around, it is time for a treat. Professor Oak with Delmise. This is another case where the speed stat is very unfortunate. The only Pokemon on his team that I'm able to move faster than naturally is the Exeggutor. I can badge boost myself so that I can move first against all of his Pokemon, but after defeating the champion, I have enough experience that I level up after Exeggutor, which is the most unfortunate moment in the battle to lose all of my badge boosts, because now I have to go up against an Arcanine and a Charizard. Luckily, Arcanine only is going to use Ember because Oak does have good AI. Charizard, on the other hand, is going to choose between Flamethrower or Fire Spin. If it constantly traps me in Fire Spin, then I can't do anything with Delmise, and Flamethrower will only miss 1 in 256 times. I really didn't want the solution here to be waiting for a Fire Spin miss, so I tried a couple different things. First of all, I set up a little bit on the Tauros, knocked it and the Exeggutor out, and then tried 2 Swords Dances on the Arcanine. This doesn't work. It doesn't give me enough speed to move first against either of the fire types. So if I make it by both the Tauros and the Exeggutor, which is always going to happen, they only have normal type damage dealing moves, then I can set up 3 times on the Arcanine, tanking hits from Ember. This took me a little while to pull off because Arcanine kept critting with Ember, and if it gets 1 crit and 2 normal hits, then Delmise faints. I'm taking so much damage from Ember just because Delmise is very underleveled at this point in the playthrough. Now, a really easy solution to all of this would be to teach Mimic in the place of one of my current moves, like perhaps Anchor Shot. I don't really need it. I could get through the rest of the fight without it, or I could just use Anchor Shot for the Pokemon later in the battle, and then Mimic Hypnosis and put the fire types to sleep, but that also didn't seem fun, and I typically try to play Oak without changing my moveset. Eventually I got set up to +3 on the Arcanine, and then I realized that I'm still not going to move first against the Charizard. I can't badge boost myself with one of Taurus' Leers or Tail Whips, so the only option here is Fire Spin missing, even if I was to Mimic Hypnosis and then put the Charizard to sleep. I guess another option is technically leveling up 1 more time and then not losing badge boosts before the fire types, but I typically don't do any more training before Oak either. So in this case, I had to take a bunch of resets, and eventually Fire Spin misses, and I knock the Charizard out with a single hit. Gyarados is last, but my Delmise has green health, so he uses Surprise Dragon Rage and knocks out Oak's final Pokemon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
There's no way.
Oh, I forgot what seats. Can I have a overlapping spread? I should have called that, sorry.
Yeah. So I jumped Shockwave, but I landed on the last tick of it as it was coming through and got pushed anyways. So I was cutting it too close. Paid for my hubris.
I feel good.
Thank you, Trevor. Got to put my mind there.
Is it real?
Done calling that mechanic. Oh no. I'm gonna let timestamp that. You can see me spamming one on you.
I was wondering
No.
why you were just standing there.
Because I had the boss targeted? Yeah, I guess it was. Why wasn't aiming for you? Yes. Take it, you know. Oh. I didn't even see what happened over there.
Right.
Ow. Everybody should have swiftness. Oh, okay. What time stamp that one?
She'll have to hit much harder.
Push it into the prismatic rift. Purified. Ready to send it back.
So he sent.
Was that me?
Yes.
Look where you are.
You're on the boss. Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm sorry. I was just turning to go to the green. I'm really sorry.
Diamond was just a touch off that road.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Push it into the prismatic rift.
I feel good.
None that can release me.
Fuck. Okay.
I think we revealed.
We did. Carleon. Oh, I want to have the burn stripe. Thank you, whoever did.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Give a fuck about Rainbow.
Reveals, go. Got two of them up. Careful of the AoE, Sato.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Another corrupted orb. You know what to do. You will not succeed. What man is going shall return to you.
Oh no, oh no.
I
That
saw somebody
bull.
yoink that crab into the ball.
That
Yeah.
was me. Wow. Oh. This pick me. This is terrible.
If anybody's getting kicked, it's me.
Okay.
Get out of my misery. On 200 ping. Do you record Xena? Kind of curious. See how bad it is.
Oh. Okay, we're not gonna have any port 1
Oh.
left. So, blink out to port 1.
I'll have to reset anyways.
Feel the fury. I feel good.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Wait for spreads. revealed.
That was mine that went on. Now you gotta get them all back.
Another corrupted orb. You know what to do. What gathers void shall return to it.
Careful the bees.
I have no quickness.
I'm getting there. I'm trying to get it down. There we go. We get better now.
Good roll of dumb always. Even while we're waiting for the boss to try to stay quickness. And a lag.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Dodge this.
Holy fuck! Just gonna uninstall.
Probably gonna be another stack on group. Careful.
The memes. Please, I Dan.
I feel good.
Let's go. Get DPS to cover.
Need
front
one
ring.
green.
Practice the scream here. Uh-oh. No bueno.
Disaster.
Alright, let's face
We're
it.
killing these giants, damn it.
Killing them.
Terrible.
Agree to both comments. I don't know how to make this more consistent.
It's my stupidity was that one completely. There should have been no reason why I didn't jump.
I mean, I know it's only our third night, but seems like consistency is always like backwards sometimes a lot. That works out. Now we gotta do big damage here. Let's go.
Field.
I have returned to fight at your side.
Yeah. Play it. Do we all want extra him over here? Hey, Trevor. stayed. Uh-oh. All that. I want to go ahead and reset.
You know what to do. You will not succeed.
Happen.
What began as void shall return to you.
Billy decided to go flying.
Oh,
I hit a button I shouldn't have.
okay, I know the feeling.
I could outrun a centaur. Replenishing.
I need. Okay. Let's get you grounded back.
I mean, on the positive, Rich, we haven't not CC'd the orb.
I've been failing like 10 times at the start of the night.
Okay, well, since then.
Guess so. Yeah. That is true.
I demand that peace. I demand that peace.
No comment? Sure.
Nah. We're good.
I had this fight.
These are real.
Slice of a pie. Knowledge is power.
I'll stay very quick right there. Quick, this gamer. But tricks I can understand. Hilly, you should have more than enough range for your quickness on Herald.
What?
I didn't. Yeah, what'd you say?
You can just stay in the green.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that works too if you want to try to give quickness to the portals too. Works.
I don't trust range.
They're all broken. Swap weapon. Careful AoEs. Oh my god, we did it. Oh no. I spoke too
Ow.
soon.
Those for a leg gamer, that's kind of important, huh? Yeah, plan your dodges for the leg.
Alright. Getting all the DPS practice in finally.
Oh. CC's gonna be a little slow. Got to call my mic.
Why, you think you do all the CC?
And look at the CC meter right now.
He
I-
does do all the CC.
It's
Yeah,
wrong.
he's smoking everybody in CC.
It's wrong.
Gotta make sure you cut the chat, please. Oh, the soccer goal.
Wow. Alright, that was the last pull.
We did have 2 Bs come through there.
Fuck.
No, we had 2 Bs come through. We had to back off a little bit too.
Ugh.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah.
Zeno. Appreciate you coming. How was the flight home?
What airline did you fly with? Oh, okay. Nice. Now they'll have to pay $1 million in taxes. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll jump off. Have a good night.
That's awesome. Alright. Good night, guys.
Night.
Night. Oh man. Night.